You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Friday, May 9th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here is what's happening. A hearing was held today to determine if recently pardoned Nye County Judge Michelle Fiore could continue to serve in the same capacity she once did. News 25 has the story and an exclusive interview with her.
This afternoon, the Nevada Judicial Discipline Commission held a hearing to determine whether Michelle Fiore's suspension is still warranted following the presidential pardon. During the hearing, Fiore's lawyer, Paola Armani, stated that it was not warranted due to the pardon.
This was an unconditional full pardon by the President of the United States, who exercised his authority pursuant to our United States Constitution.
Armani also argued that the suspension extension was outside of the Commission's jurisdiction, since the pardon crimes were prior to her becoming the Justice of the Peace.
I submit to this Commission, and I want to read a quote. Quote, "The Commission only has jurisdiction over misconduct committed while serving as a judge. Therefore, the Commission could not pursue alleged infractions committed in a previous capacity." End quote. This was an official statement by the Judicial Discipline Commission back on June 19th of 2019 to the Nevada Current, when asked whether the Judicial Commission would take action against some judges that were former prosecutors and their behavior while they were a prosecutor. The Commission went on to say, "Bar Counsel, the ABA is not the law in Nevada." Quote, the Commission responded. So the Commission itself has put out that they do not have jurisdiction when somebody is not a sitting judge. NRS 1.440 subsection 2B talks about the Commission's jurisdiction as a result of an act or commission that occurs on and after the date on which the judge enters upon the duties of office. So why is this important? Because the 6-month period that is subject to all the documents that you have received that are supposed to be important to this matter today are based on conduct that occurred July 2019 through February of 2020, a 6-month period. At that time, Michelle Fiore was an elected political official, and as we know, political officials are not subjected to the judicial rules of the judicial canons. The judicial canons would not have applied to Michelle Fiore in July of 2019 and February of 2020. There is nothing before this commission about her conduct as a judge.
The Commission then went into a private session to deliberate. Following the hearing, News 25 obtained an exclusive interview with Fiore about the hearing.
So the story is we're in limbo until the Judicial Commission comes back with their decision. I mean, if you heard my attorney, Paola Armani, argue, she hit every key point, and, they talked about letters, that they received. What we were given 6 negative letters, and we know they received 100 positive or maybe more. So, it's a waiting game now, because when they cut the public off, they cut us off too.
So if you were pardoned by the President of the United States, why is this hearing even taking place? And I would just like to hear your answer on that, and that's why I posed that question.
2 words: because they can. They're the Judicial Commission, and they can have a hearing. You are correct, and a lot of folks don't realize this, but besides the full pardon that is unconditional, number one, there was never ever a sentence, nor will there ever be, nor was there ever any judgment entered by the courts. So in order to have a conviction of any sort, two things have to happen, which is a sentencing and the entering of judgment, which none has prevailed, nor will it. And basically, I'm, at their mercy, and I'm just hoping everyone does the right thing, and I get back on my bench, and that's it.
And of course, News 25 will continue to follow this story. Today is a loving holiday within the U.S. Armed Forces. Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us from the city with an inside look at this year's Military Spouse Appreciation Day.
The month of May marks Military Spouse Appreciation Day, and this year it lands on today. The annual honoring recognizes the importance of our military spouses and offers gratitude for the commitment and sacrifice that they make together with the rest of the family while their service members are away on the mission to defend our nation, according to the U.S. Army. Now let's hear from our troops fighting on the front lines.
Hi, Sergeant Bomber from the 7th IS. I don't want to do this, but you've done so much for me, so this is the least I can do. Thank you for everything. Miranda, love you.
Sergeant First Class McNutt, U.S. Army Law Enforcement Activity, Fort Meade. I would like to wish my wife, Samantha Lynn McNutt, a big shout out for Happy Military Spouse Appreciation Day. Thank you for everything you do for me, because without you, I couldn't do what I do for these soldiers. I love you.
Every Friday before Mother's Day, Military Spouse Appreciation Day is commemorated and was first enacted by U.S. President Ronald Reagan back in 1984.
I'm Sergeant Major Retired Jim Gilbert, United States Army, and I just got to tell you how important military spouses are to all of us. Without our spouses, we couldn't get to where we are today. So let's always remember our spouses every day.
My name is Manny Duarte. I'm the 70th Intel Wing chaplain, and I'm really excited to be here. And I just want to say a few words about my great wife. And I've been in the Air Force 20 plus years, and all the great things that I do for airmen is because I have such a great partner at home that encourage me, uplift me, and continue to, give me the tools that I need to do. So I'm blessed to be here.
The U.S. Army describes Military Spouse Appreciation Day as, quote, along with the tremendous strength and patriotism they have. Military spouses have been noted to endure job losses, adjustments to new environments, and having to learn new survival skills with the frequent and often unexpected developments that sometimes require them to move halfway across the country or even the world, together with their service member spouse.
When we sign up to serve, they sign up too. For me, over 14 years, Ashley's been there handling everything, while I've been out doing what I do. So I'm very appreciative of it.
My experience as a military spouse has really been about the community that I've built. I've loved getting to know other military spouses. That's just definitely been what has made this experience doable. I feel like military spouses they're appreciated, but definitely the behind the scenes force that kind of drives things. So it's nice for other people to get to appreciate them.
Each and every year, Military Spouse Appreciation Day celebrations are held on U.S. military installations in surrounding areas spanning the globe.
My name is Selena. I'm here. I work at the PX here. I just wanted to give a shout out to my husband. He's retired now. He was active duty, but he's retired now. I just wanted to show appreciation towards him for spouse appreciation.
I am Chaplain Joseph Feaster of the 781st Military Intelligence Battalion Cyber. And for Military Spouse Appreciation Week, I want to give a special shout out to my awesome-rific and lovely wife, Elizabeth Feaster. Honey Bunny, you have been an amazing support after all these years, from the Navy now into the Army. You have always been a constant rock by my side, and I couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. I love you so much. And here's to, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, another 10 years in the military on this crazy journey. I love you so much, honey. Thank you for your support.
According to the DoD's 2023 demographics profile of the military community, about 64% of military spouses want to be employed. Of these mates, approximately 79% have secured work, while about 21% are unable to find a job. I hope everyone has a sunny weekend, especially military spouses, their service members, and their families. Reporting from Las Vegas and shooting it back over the hump to Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.
Thank you very much, Maria, and thank you all for your service. More stories coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. In sports, the Vegas Golden Knights have dug themselves a hole with another loss last night. Mikey Ruhan has that story and more.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Vegas Golden Knights, Edmonton Oilers, Game 2, Round 2, first period. VGK power play.
To Theodore and gets a return. Eichel down to the goal line. Backdoor pass. Score! Olofsson off the one touch from Stone. Beautifully executed.
1-0. Second period.
Goal line. To Podkolzin in the corner. There's a shot. Score! Wallman wires one past Hill. The fourth line sets up Wallman.
Tied.
Hops it over the stick of Waugh. On the move, Podkolzin. Again in the slot. Wrist shot. Score! Podkolzin gives the Oilers the lead. Let's Riley Smith hoping for a return. Turn right back by Draisaitl. He comes in alone.
A few minutes later, 4-on-4 action.
Nurse in the slot. Shoots. Score! Darnell Nurse and the Oilers strike. 4-on-4.
About 1 minute later.
Eichel holds. Faces the net. Shoots. Score! Looked like it was deflected by Carlson. An answer for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Let's go to the third period.
Chip to Hyman. Centering pass. Score! Kane makes it a 2-goal lead again.
VGK power play.
The first goal of the night was a perfect tic-tac-toe passing play for Vegas on the power play to Olofsson. There it is. Score! They do it again! The second snapped home by Olofsson. What a pass from Eichel. 1-goal game again.
Less than 10 minutes left in the game.
Pietrangelo onside to Hannafin. Back to Pietrangelo. Wrist shot. Score! We're tied!
We're tied and we're going to overtime. Look out, Connor McDavid on the ice.
Here's McDavid, working past Eichel. McDavid holds, Draisaitl scores! McDavid and Draisaitl combine for the game winner. Edmonton wins.
That darn 51st state rematch this Saturday in Edmonton. Las Vegas Aviators are back to their winning ways, beating their in-state rivals, the Reno Aces, 4-0. Rematch this evening, 6:05. On May 16th, the Las Vegas Aviators are turning into the Las Vegas Belly Busters. Celebrate the history of a Las Vegas staple, the buffet, when the Las Vegas Aviators rebrand to the Las Vegas Belly Busters on Friday, May 16th, for one night only. That logo looks delicious. Ashton Genty is officially a Raider. The 6th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft signed his rookie contract on Thursday, the team announced. Genty's 4-year contract is fully guaranteed for $35.9 million, with a 5th-year option for the 2029 season. Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao is coming out of retirement for a title fight in Las Vegas this summer. He plans to face Mario Barrios for the WBC Welterweight Championship on July 19th. The fight would be available via PBC on Prime Video pay-per-view. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Nye Communities Coalition has something for everyone. Here's Tamalyn Taylor to talk about a program that they offer.
This is some of the work I do there at Nye Communities Coalition, and we have funds that are available from Funds for Resilient Nevada. And what the purpose of these funds is to help educate people about different ways of dealing with chronic pain. Breathwork is the cornerstone of pretty much all that we do. We all need to breathe. But the problem is, through our daily lives with stress and everything, is we tend to breathe more in the chest area. Maybe our shoulders are hiked up towards the ears. And what we want to do is drop the shoulders down, relax the belly. so that on your inhale, your belly would actually rise up, and then on the exhale, it sinks back down. So on the sheet, again, we started with 3 really basic breath work practices that you can do. And I think that this is helpful as a place to start when you're dealing with anxiety or pain. And then maybe we could go on to the next picture that talks here about mindfulness. Mindfulness is about embracing the present moment, but doing it in a way that you're not judging the present moment, being very accepting and non-judgmental. We have yoga. Yeah, I love yoga. I teach yoga in the community. In fact, I have free yoga classes at the Coalition, and you can contact me on the time I do that. This sheet just shows some different postures from yoga that are very helpful. Yoga involves breath, it involves a physical posture, and it also involves mindfulness.
Tune in to Community Viewpoint, Saturday, May 10th at noon on KPVM Channel 25.
Coming up, Mikey's going to tell us what's cooking this Sunday morning on Classic Country Breakfast, and your weekend weather forecast is going to warm up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's Mikey now to tell us what's cooking this Sunday morning over on the radio side on Classic Country Breakfast on Ace Country Radio and streaming on Channel 25.8 and now on the new Ace Country Radio app.
Howdy. When I'm out eating fresh farm eggs raw, I like to take the Ace Country Radio app with me. You can too. Download it today. It's free. On the menu this week on Classic Country Breakfast, born on May 5th, Tammy Wynette, we'll pay tribute to her. Born on May 6th, Bob Seger, we'll celebrate him. Born on May 9th, Hank Snow, we'll pay tribute to him. Also born on May 9th, Billy Joel, we'll celebrate him. In the Not an Oldie But a Goodie segment, my special guest, Robbie Johnson, calls the show to talk about his new single, If Barstools Could Cry, and he talks about who he would love to collab with on a song.
I think Ella Langley. I mean, last night at the ACM, she was amazing, and there's an energy that comes out of her that I think would be cool. It would be cool and fun to do something with her. That would be awesome.
Classic Country Breakfast this Sunday morning at 8 on Ace Country Radio, streaming at Channel 25.8, and now on the new Ace Country Radio app.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe weather cam from Pahrump looking into Mount Charleston. I did some golfing the other day at Mountain Falls in Pahrump, and it was nice weather. Now, if you want to head out this weekend, you may want to book an early tee time because things are going to heat up. Complete forecast is coming up in a bit.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. I'm Mike Ruhan from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. Let's check out this weather map. 89 degrees in Fernley, Fallon saw 91 degrees, Carson City cool at 83 degrees, Tonopah and Goldfield tied at 82 degrees, Beatty saw 93 degrees, Amargosa 98, Las Vegas 94, Death Valley up to their old tricks 109 degrees, but here in our beautiful paradise of Pahrump, we're at 94 degrees with sunny skies. We hit 95 earlier, winds out of the south-southeast 8 miles per hour, humidity 12%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:42. Look for it to go away at 7:38 p.m. humidity goes up to 20%, winds east 9 miles per hour, and the low tonight's going to be 64 degrees. Let's check out our 7-day forecast. 98 degrees tomorrow, that's pretty hot. On Sunday, 96 degrees, but we have wind 21 miles per hour. Monday, it gets even windier at 23 miles per hour. 86 degrees though, that's a little cooler. 72, that's way cooler on Tuesday. Wednesday, 78 degrees. We rebound on Thursday, 84. 87 on Friday with sunny skies. Might call in sick that day. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Okay, thank you very much, Mikey. So going into the weather, I was telling you if you were going to do a tea time and go golfing this weekend, you may want to do it early. As a matter of fact, forget about that. I'm just going to grab Mikey. I think we're going to the pool. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight and this weekend. Make it a great weekend from News 25. I'm Chris Palermo.